Welcome to the Real Film Nerds Podcast.
Good day, fellow movie nerds, and welcome to the Real Film Nerds Podcast. And what a glorious, glorious day it is, because Mysterious Mike and I, my co-host from the East Coast, say hello, Mike.
Hello. How's it going, everybody?
Why is today such a glorious day, Mike? What's happening this week across most of the country?
The movie theaters are opening.
The theaters are opening. Woo! We already have one open here in P-Town proper. The old picture show opened on August 21st. So it was last Friday. And then the venerable Harkins Arizona movie theater chain is literally only opening 3 theaters in all of the state. And guess which 3? The 3 in northern Arizona. And that includes Prescott Valley. Woo!
That's very good news, Matt. I'm also receiving some news that the chain theaters in my area are opening up, the Regals, the AMCs, the Cinemarks, and I'm excited to get back going to the movies, man.
Who's your go-to?
I currently like Cinemark. I participate in their pass program. You get like 1 movie a month, and then discounts on concessions and stuff. It's not bad, but it's not very expensive either. So I like that. The AMC has the best movie pass thing because it's just like $20 a month and unlimited everything. But that particular AMC is a little bit farther and just hard to get into. So I don't mess with it.
Yeah, man, I wish I had an AMC here. I really did. I would have that movie, AMC, what is it? Awards or something? What the hell do they call it?
I think it's called Stubbs A-List.
Stubbs A-List, yeah.
Or some there's because they have multiple versions of Stubbs. Like they've kind of got it confusing now because they had the A-List. They had the Stubbs program prior to having the movie thing. So anyway.
Yeah, dude, if I could, I would have that in a heartbeat because I've gone through a handful of the unlimited movie, pay for movie program subscription services, and I've been screwed by both of them. So I would love to have one that's been successful, which so far has only been AMC's as far as unlimited goes.
Yeah, definitely. I was original, not an original, but one of the original people of getting Movie Pass, and I canceled before it got cheap. I actually paid for it when it was expensive.
Yeah, Movie Pass OG here.
Yeah, but boy did I get my money out of it, man. I made sure I went to a movie every single week, and yeah.
Oh, dude, I got my movie money out of. I got my money out of Movie Pass and Cinemia as much as I could until both of them, tanked. But oh well, whatever. It is what it is. Maybe one day we'll get AMC. I don't know. I kind of hope Harkins comes up with their own thing, even if it's not unlimited. If I could get at least 1 movie a week for, the year, I'd pay it. If it's $20, if it was $25, I'd pay it. I don't need discounts on concessions, but 1 movie a week, I'd sign up in a heartbeat. I don't know. Maybe Harkins will have something in the works, especially after all this. I don't know. We'll see. Anyways, all right, Mike. Well, we probably should talk about our movie instead of talking about movie theaters, but it is a very exciting time that we finally get to go back to the theaters and hopefully not catch the Rona.
Yeah. I really hope that this doesn't spark any extra outbreaks. Because one outbreak at a theater and they'll be like, okay, all theaters closed.
Right. So, Mike, here's the not to continue the movie theater thing, but here's the question: mask or no mask?
At the theater?
Yep.
Are there people sitting next to me?
No.
No mask.
Because the worst way to get it, and a lot of people don't understand, is being in the confined space with the air conditioning on, because the air conditioning helps circulate things.
Oh, nice.
That's the bad thing.
Nice.
So, I don't know if Harkins is doing it. I am assuming they are. But at Picture Show, it says if you come in, you must be having a mask on the instant you take your seat, much like in a restaurant here in Arizona, at least. When you sit down, you can take it off and enjoy your snacks and drinks and things. I think I will probably mask up the whole time, just because I'm in that little bit of higher bracket that if I get it, I probably would get either very sick or possibly worse. So I'll probably just rock mine the whole time. I'm used to it. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. It makes my face sweat, and I don't like it. I sweat enough as it is. I don't need my freaking face sweating too, you know?
Yeah, no, man. I understand. It is a little bit harder to eat popcorn and drink. I mean, you can drink your soda because you can put the straw up through there, whatever. But eating popcorn is a little bit harder. Eating anything that's like requires like chewing would be a little bit more work, but totally can be done. Matt, maybe you can make one that has like a little door for like the hot dog, like just like a.
Of course you would. Right for the dog door. Right for me jamming a wiener in my mouth. Thanks, Mike.
Oh, I know you like your wieners.
Hey, at Picture Show, they're $1. You can't hate on dollar hot dogs at Picture Show. You really can't. I mean, that's a hell of a deal.
No, that is a good deal.
So, all right, Mike, let's do it. Let's get on topic. This week, we talked about, or we watched, not talked, we're talking now about movie theaters. Now we're going to talk about the movie. But this week we watched Netflix original, fairly new, dropped on August 14th, I believe, which was a Friday. Project Power has a couple of A-listers in it for sure. 3 A-listers maybe, give or take. Mike, go ahead. Why don't you give us the rundown?
All right. So Project Power was directed by Henry Jost and Ariel Schulman. Its writer was Mattson Tomlin, and it's starring Jamie Foxx, Joseph Gordon-Levitt, and Dominique Fishback. And it's about when a pill that gives its users unpredictable superpowers for 5 minutes hits the street of New Orleans, a teenage dealer and a local cop must team up with a ex-soldier to take down a group of responsible for its creation.
Mike, I don't know about you, but I personally enjoyed this movie quite a bit. I thought it was a lot of fun. It was definitely a unique, different, interesting take on the superhero genre. Now, it's not so much the superhero genre as superheroes flying around, zipping around, doing their thing, but it was more about everybody can be a superhero with a certain pill.
I thought that was a neat concept. I liked how it was kind of introduced. I didn't realize that one of the main dealers that we see, we see a little bit in the movie, is a rapper or artist or whatever, Machine Gun Kelly. I don't really know him, but I think he's fairly popular. And then there was another person in here that I recognize from the YouTubes, the Casey Neistat. I don't really know him, but I saw that he's one of the most popular YouTube guys. He was in the movie.
Well, Mike, you're not part of this YouTube generation? I thought you were a huge, YouTube, Twitch streamer person. Remember, we were talking about it last week.
Yeah, dude, I'm huge.
Oh, or is that you porn? Am I getting it confused?
Oh, yeah. No. I barely know about like the guy Ninja and a couple of the major Twitch people, but it's just because I barely hear about him sometimes.
But you're a tech person, Mike. I figured you'd be like Mr. Fortnite. Like you'd be like, instead of Ninja, it'd be Mysterious Mike Talent. MMT.
No. I have not played Fortnite. I know about these games. I mean, how do you not know about like the biggest game and all of like everything?
I played Fortnite for a little bit. It just wasn't my bag. I mean, it was fun for a little while, but it's a lot of running around. At least for me, it was a lot of running around trying to find someone to shoot. And by the time you find someone to shoot, they already shot you. Or someone else shot you. Don't get me wrong. Yeah. I got better the more I played because it's a first-person-ish shooter. I think it's a third-person shooter, but it's a shooter. And I dropped a couple people, but you got to pay. It's almost a pay-to-play. If you really want to be competitive, you got to buy stuff. And I'm not going to... Nope, sorry. Mm-mm.
Yeah. I did see that they have like some concerts, like virtual concerts in Fortnite, and they have like seasons.
Yeah.
I don't understand all that stuff exactly, but the concert kind of frightened me because it was so well attended.
The season stuff is kind of they change the different things that you can get, like the different guns or the different looks. Like they had a season once incorporating Star Wars. I'm not sure how much Star Wars paid them to do that, but they had like some Star Wars characters running around, or you could get like a lightsaber to carry with you, or, you know. So the seasons are stuff like that.
Okay. All right. Yeah. I mean, it seems like Fortnite can promote things really well. It's like almost a whole nother advertising platform that's like not an advertising platform.
Right.
It's kind of weird.
It is. It's very unique. And I mean, they're making a good $1 jillion with it. You know, that's why they give it away, because they make a good $1 jillion doing everything else with it. So.
Oh, yeah. No, Epic is doing well.
Very well. Yep. The Epic Game Store is, you know, I'm personal to Steam all day long, but the Epic Game Store, I mean, they give away 2 games a week. You know, that's more than freaking Xbox and Sony. Sony and Xbox do like 2 to 4 a month. They're doing 2 a week. And I won't lie, dude. I hop on there. I'm a sucker for free stuff.
Nice.
All right, Mike. So Project Power, let's get back on it. Since we jumped off a little bit. So you enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. How much farther should we go before we start spoiling it?
Oh, not very much farther. Matt, what are you drinking this fine evening?
Damn, Mike, jumping right in, both feet. Wow. Well, Mike, thanks for asking. There you go. There's my typical response. Now I feel better.
Yeah.
I am drinking the Kona Brewing Company's Big Wave Golden Ale.
Oh, nice, dude. Nice. I got some Kona stuff also because it was on sale.
This was not on sale. I just wanted something different, and it was not an IPA. So, and Walmart doesn't have a very large selection, and I didn't really want to get like a Michelob Ultra or Bud Light or like a White Claw. Hell, I might do that next time. I might do a White Claw. I have to say the Big Wave Golden Ale is definitely hoppier than I thought it was going to be, but it's not overpowering like most. But it's still, it's a bit hoppier than I anticipated for a Golden Ale.
Oh, okay.
All right, Mike. Where's your Kona Brewing Company IPA?
Oh, no, I didn't. I did get some Kona Brewing IPAs, but I'm not drinking that right now. I'm instead drinking a Lagunitas beer, and it's called a Little Something Something Ale.
Wow, not an IPA, or is it an IPA?
No, it's an IPA.
Damn it!
It's a way smooth and silky IPA.
Smooth and silky. So far, we've talked about wieners and something being smooth and silky. This is
but that's not the wiener though.
And you porn. So this is definitely one for the books. Speaking of, I'm just going to drop this in right now before I start asking you another question, Mike, just to remind people, if you want a free 100% awesome Blu-ray of the King of Staten Island, you need to contact us. We don't know who you are unless you're one of our parents, and we're not going to send it to you anyways. But we don't know who you are. If you want a free movie, you need to email us and let us know. We've gotten a few, not enough. So get to work, people,
right.
If you want a free Blu-ray. Right, Mike?
Yeah, I know. Get to work. We want to give away the stuff. We enjoy giving away stuff. This is neat for us. Hopefully, we'll end up getting a lot more promotions and, help you guys out with some neat stuff.
We literally have a second one coming down the pike. Like, it's there. It's going to be digital codes. I don't remember when we're supposed to talk about it. It's probably this week we're supposed to talk about it. But we'll talk about it next week. And we're getting 5 digital codes to give away for that one. And again, hit us up. I don't know what we're going to do for that one, but we'll do something. We'll do something fun.
Yeah, we'll do something fun.
I got it. Speaking of beer, we could have people tell us their favorite beer.
Oh, okay. And then we'll just pick whichever one I like?
Yeah, whichever one
Are
is
you like,
not an
are
IPA.
we like? Oh,
So sorry,
all
Steve.
right. I guess people. Yeah. Send in non-IPA beers so Matt can rate them.
I wouldn't do that. Okay, so all right.
All right.
So I know this movie is difficult to talk about without spoiling it. It's fun. It's action-packed. It's unique. It's different. It's decently acted. There's some flaws here and there. But let's just go ahead, and I'm going to do this so we can spoil it. Mike, how does Project Power relate to the Marvel Cinematic Universe?
Well, Matt, thanks for asking. As usual, this movie once again does tie to the Marvel Cinematic Universe. The Matthew Gatlin is an art director on this movie, and he is also an art director on Avengers Endgame.
The streak continues.
Yeah, man, it's so crazy that this thing that I just dreamed up, like way back, and we're still pretty much going with it. And as they keep releasing more movies, it's like the tentacles grow longer, and more people are touched by these movies. I mean, how many movies are there now in this MCU?
God, it's over. It's
like
it's around 20 something
or something. Yeah, it's a lot.
Yeah.
Man, this is so crazy. It's fun. It's fun to look for all that stuff. It's interesting. I've noticed a pattern. It seems like a lot of the same people work on the same movies. So it's like, I think if you're good and like, let's say Matt, me and you made Spider-Man 1. It's like next time I get a movie, I'm like, hey, I want to make Spider-Man 2. I call up you and you call up all your other friends, and like everybody just keeps working on the same like projects. It seems like on with a lot of digging into a lot of the different casts and like crew and different things. It seems like a lot of them end up getting similar like groups of projects.
So basically what Mike is trying to say, kids, is sit down, take notes. It doesn't matter how good you are at something. It doesn't matter how bad you are at something. It's all about who you know for you to make a decent living in this world and be successful. At least that's what I found out.
Those words are kind of words to live by if you're a little bit younger. I don't know. Of all the jobs I've gotten, only a few of them have been legitimately. Most of the time it was because I knew somebody.
See, and me is the opposite. The majority of my jobs that I have gotten is because I applied for them and busted my butt. The majority. I think the only one that I can think of off the top of my head, well, two, if you count the student newspaper, is because I knew someone. Even my serving jobs, my newspaper jobs, it's all from applying. Maybe that's why I've been so unsuccessful. I don't know, Mike.
I didn't get, I mean, my very first job in high school, they said they would never hire me because my interview was so terrible. But my friend convinced them to hire me anyway. And then they're like, oh yeah, he's good.
Well, you remember how I got my job at La Casita. Because my father ate there all the time and knew Phil, the owner, because he ate there so freaking much. He was like, hey, my son's looking for a job. And yep. And what's funny is coincidentally, when Marcus needed a job, I called up Phil and I said, hey, my nephew's looking for a job. Can you help a brother out? It's so funny how it works like that. But hey, he got the hookup for his first. Now he's on his third or fourth job, welding, doing real well, successful. So, all right, enough about that jibber jabber. Mike, go ahead. For those of you who do not know our program, or this is your first time listening to the Real Film Nerds podcast, this is where we spoil the movie. So if you don't want Project Power spoiled, go ahead and turn it off right now. For the rest of you, here comes a discussion. Mike, spoil away, sir.
So I enjoyed the concept of this movie, like you were saying, Matt. I don't know if I if it was always necessary for you to like twist the little pill, like to turn it, like to like turn it on to activate it. But the little visuals look cool. Like they had these little like exploding like fire things kind of. I don't know, man. I really liked the concept of 5 minutes and you don't know what's going to happen the first time you take it. Like you might explode. you don't know what's going to happen. And then they actually had some people explode. I thought that was cool. Like, cause they like foreshadowed that. So that was good movie making.
Yeah, dude, the X Factor, man. It's all about the X Factor. I loved it. Because, yeah, sure, great. You can take this pill, but you have a pretty good chance that you might not have anything and you're just going to turn into a pile of goo.
Yeah, it was, that was cool. There's a scene, there was a really cool, or I thought it was a cool scene. And it was, Matt, when Jamie Foxx goes in and confronts some of the higher level dealers when they're doing the pitch, the big sales pitch to the investor.
Yeah, right. With the what did he call that tank where he was holding like the temperature tank?
He called it something. Yeah, like he called it some kind of tank. I like the shot that was done from within the tank.
Dude, that was very cool.
And all the stuff going around it. I thought that was really cool and well done, and probably took a lot of work to get that right.
Oh yeah, and the only thing you see is where like she moved her hand like across the tank and like moved like the frost out of the way, or like it was coming in and it was closing, and then you lose the shot until it moved over. It was really smart and really well done. It was really kind of cool. Be freaky to be that chick that's freezing to death, literally solid. But other than that, it was cool.
Yeah, no, I thought that was a really cool scene. I don't know, like Jamie Foxx's character, I liked him. He did seem a little bit superhuman at times because he was just so like kind of driven crazy. But I still liked it. I liked it a lot. Like he was just such a good like fighter, I guess. I mean, they don't say much. They just called him Major. But he has some sort of military background. Like, I mean, they didn't go into it, and that was fine.
He talks
you
about
didn't really need to.
He talks about it a little bit. He was part of the original experiment to radiate soldiers to see if they would get superpowers. And so they talk about it a little bit, not a whole lot. But he was a Army Ranger, I believe, that they did that to a group of them. And then he had a child afterwards, and he passed down the traits to her directly without the pill or anything like that, which was interesting. It's very, very superhero-like. But no, I liked it, man. I thought it was a really interesting movie. There's faults, there's issues, that's for sure. But one that shocked me a lot was Dominique Fishback. I thought she did a really, really good job, and she is not known for doing movies. She's mostly known for television, but the television series that I've watched that she's been in have been very, very good television shows. So like she did the one on HBO, James Franco. Oh, hell. The Deuce. Did you ever watch The Deuce?
Oh, no, I didn't watch that one.
Yeah, she's in The Deuce. And then she was also in Blue Bloods, but that's one I've not really watched. She had a small part in The Americans, and I love The Americans. And then she also had a part in The Knick, and I love The Knick. The Knick was a very good TV show. But she's mostly known for TV shows. She's not really known for movies. This might be one of her first movies, if not. No, I don't think it's her very first, but it's one of her first. And I was shocked. The other thing that shocked me, she's supposed to be a high school kid. Do you know how old she is?
No, I have no idea.
She is 29.
Oh, wow.
And she's supposed to be like a sophomore or junior in high school. And she really looks it, too. She looks really young. She does not look like she's 29 at all.
No, she does look young. Yeah, I thought she did a really good job in this movie because she's, Yeah, it's kind of the story of multiple people, but she's like one of the main characters that locks in the whole story. So
yeah, and then Jamie Foxx becomes kind of a pseudo father figure because clearly her father's not in the picture. They never explain why. But
right.
Also at the same time, so is Joseph Gordon-Levitt. He's also kind of a father figure to her in another way as well. So here you have these two guys that are kind of trying to show her that yes, you can fight for what's right and go to the extremes, being a good cop or doing it somewhat illegal. But it's more about I don't know. I thought it was a good message about doing what's right.
Yeah, no, I thought it was cool. Yeah, this is another movie that we're watching with Joseph Gordon-Levitt. I guess he's back. I guess he took off a little bit of time. He had some kids, but now all of a sudden he's back. And yeah, I thought his part when this was good. It's kind of smallish, but I mean he has some key important points in it, and yeah, I felt like this movie just worked. Like it just had a good flow. Special effects were pretty okay.
They were really good.
There's some stuff.
Some of them were really good. Like that, I think it was the Machine Gun Kelly part where he bursts into
the fire
flames.
stuff was awesome.
That was really good. I mean, that CGI looked great.
Yeah. I think the grand finale was a little bit choppy.
Yeah, it wasn't great.
But the fire stuff was really cool in the beginning, and then the rest of the kind of just randomy things that happened, like I like the Invisible Man guy, the bank robber.
I thought that
was
cool. That was fun. But it advances the story. It's not a huge part, but you get to see someone else that used the 5 minutes, and I mean he's rushing. He's like, oh God, I'm gonna lose this. I'm gonna be naked out here, kind of thing, and he's like running. But you get to see, how lucky is Joseph Gordon-Levitt's character? He's a cop, and his superpower is that he's bulletproof and super strength. That's pure luck. Luck of the draw right there.
Yeah. And he's trying to use it for good. It was interesting because you would be just overwhelmed as a police force if all this stuff just suddenly showed up on the street and it was free.
Yeah, that was the thing. It wasn't so much that he was using it for good. It was more that he was trying to level the playing field because here they are fighting superheroes and have 9mm, yeah, that doesn't do well when the dude's literally invisible or he's on fire or he's bulletproof or he can fly. I didn't see anyone fly, but that's the one I wanted. I want to fly, but
yeah, they didn't show any flying ones. They talked about like thermal regulation stuff. They talked about, Jamie Foxx's character had the crazy like incinerate. Like he had that little shrimp. Like
I wasn't sure what
thing.
The hell he was. He did like a nuclear bomb or something and just killed everyone.
Well, there is this like fish in the ocean. I think it's in the ocean that like strikes things so fast that it like boils them instantly or something in like a little place, like a little like vector. I don't know. It was cool. I thought I understood what they were going for. I don't know. At the end, it got a little chaotic there with his scene, pretty much the grand finale. But I think it still worked. It was okay.
Well, this brings a good one to something I didn't like or didn't understand or I thought was just thrown in there. They explain later towards the end that the superpowers from the pill are all derived from animals, but with something to do with Jamie Foxx's daughter. And the powers don't really relay that they are from animals until they blatantly tell you.
I think they were just trying to for that particular scene, I think they were just trying to sell it. So it's like sales speak, sell the pill to the investor lady. It was just trying to say that with our pill, the humans are capable of so much more. Look at what these animals can do. What if we could do some of those things?
It's still, I didn't like it. It's like, just leave it as like a superhero pill. Just be like, this is what happens. And so then it got me thinking, so does each individual pill like, okay, here, this one is the electricity pill, and that's the one you get from an electric eel.
Yeah, okay.
Is this the armor pill? This is the one from like a rhino or a turtle or whatever. It's like, okay, then say that's what it is. Don't say it's a random superpower. Leave it at random then. See what I mean?
Okay, I got you. Kind of mixed messages on what.
Right, like they say it's random, but it's not random. It's from animals. Well, anyways, whatever. All right, Mike. Well, I could go on about a few other spots here and there that weren't like wonderful, but I mean, there's nothing glaringly horrible. It's not the world's greatest movie, but it's not a terrible movie. It's a lot of fun. I enjoyed myself. It's a lot of action. It's a decent story. It's a unique story. I think people should watch it. How many reels do you give it, Mike?
Oh, I definitely think people should watch this. I'm going to give this one 4 out of 5 reels, man. I enjoyed it.
Wow. All right. So I guess we are back to being the odd couple, Mike.
Oh, no. You did less?
Yep.
Wow.
I gave it 3.5.
Well, that's okay. That's okay,
It was good. I'm not saying it was a bad movie. I enjoyed it very much, but there's just a few things here and there. So anyways, I'm not going to justify it, but you guys have heard my complaints.
Yeah. No, yeah, I liked it. I knew nothing about this. I think it came up on my Netflix as, like the featured thing. I was like, whatever, I'll watch it. And so I did exactly what they want, like
people are clearly doing that because it's, as of this recording, it's number 1 on Netflix. At least on my Netflix, it is.
All right, cool. And this one was great. So I enjoy watching these movies that are pretty good. Sometimes some of these straight to streaming movies that are made aren't always to the level of like what I'd say the movie theater ones are, but this one was great. It was right up there, man. I would have gladly seen this in the theater.
I have to say, of the ones we've reviewed, we're getting pretty good originals from all the different services. American Pickle was a little bit of a miss for me, but it wasn't awful. Like the production wasn't bad.
Right.
I really liked Palm Springs. It was fun. I thought it was going to be not nearly as good as it was. I thought it was just going to be a Groundhog Day rip, and it was not. It was a lot of fun. This movie was really, really good. What the one with Charlize Theron? Was that Hostiles?
No, old Guard.
Was it Old Guard?
Yeah.
That was really, really good. I thought that was a very good movie.
Really good. Yeah, that was a very good movie. Some of the Amazon ones, Matt, like the 7500.
Yeah, that was, again, Joseph Gordon-Levitt. That was really good. I mean, that shocked me how good that was. So, you know what, Mike? I think movie theaters might be doomed. I hate to say that, but I think the theaters might be doomed. I hope not. I love my theaters, man. I really do.
I hope not as well. It might end up being that, Matt, they might thin the herd a little bit. There might be a lot less theaters, but I still think there's a place for them in the market. They just might have to adapt. It would be kind of neat sometimes, though, if theaters did a little, like, not always the new stuff, maybe throw some old stuff on a little bit more often. Like, right now where they're struggling to fill all their screens, they're throwing up all these old classic movies, and it's kind of cool to see like The Goonies or Jurassic Park or like, and I know they do that sometimes now, but they might, I wonder if things will be a little different going forward, where they're coming up for different ways to bring people in that are like playing classic movies and stuff besides just the anniversaries. Like, I know they always have like at the 25 year, at the 35 year, they'll re-release stuff, but
see, Harkins has been doing that for a while. As long as I've been back in Arizona, Harkins has been doing it here, where they have, I think they call it Tuesday Night Classics. It's only one showing, and it's usually sold out, but it's a what you would consider a classic movie. Jurassic Park, Top Gun, Back to the Future, Goonies. I think they did Gone with the Wind once. I mean, all those movies.
Ooh, that's a long one.
So, all right, Mike, speaking of a brand new movie that we're going to suck up and pay for $25 each. It's ridiculous, but I think we need to definitely sit down and review this one. I'm kind of disappointed it's not coming to the theaters.
Yeah, would you say, Matt, we have to face the music?
No, because we're not Bill and Ted. We are Matt and Mike. Whoa, but it's close, right? So Matt and Mysterious Mike Talent face the music next week. No. Bill and Ted Face the Music comes out on video on demand, streaming, all that stuff, August 28th. It is going to be $25 to rent it. Not own it, rent it. So it's just like Mulan and all those other ones that came directly out. But I am a huge fan of Bill and Ted. Mike and I discussed it before the pod if we were going to put the money up or not, or if we're going to go to the theaters. The theaters might be a little tough. Some of us got some stuff going on, might not be able to make it, timing, stuff like that. So we're going to do this. And I hope it is worth the $25. I think I might sell tickets for people to come and sit on my couch.
Oh, okay. All right. I mean, that's a strategy. Maybe I'll put out signs in the street. You know how you can say garage sale? Maybe it'll be like movie theater sale, like or seats for sale to watch this movie at this showtime.
Yeah, and then you could sell beers and popcorn and sandwiches. I love it, Mike. I love it. We're going the right way on this. See, this is where, again, Harkins Theater, you guys want to give me one of your projectors when you shut down? I'll do this in my backyard.
Nice. Man, I'm telling you wouldn't want to pay that power bill.
I know. I don't want to pay my power bill now. It's been so hot here. So hot.
Oh, man, yeah. AC just burning up.
Yeah, it's nowhere near like, some parts of this country, but like Phoenix. But it has been extremely hot here in northern Arizona. I mean, we have been in triple digits, and we are never in triple digits. Flagstaff is getting into the 90s, Mike. The 90s.
Yeah. When I lived there, the hottest time it ever got, hottest ever, was like 85. And we were dying. But at night, it cools down real good, so we were good. But during the day, we were dying. There's no air conditioners. It
drops down to 65 here right now at night, which is nice. But during the day, man, like today, I think it topped out at like 94, 95, which for northern Arizona is a lot. Phoenix, Tucson, back home, it's not, that's, whatever. Up here, it's a lot.
Yeah, I remember in Flagstaff, that's when you go to the movie theater because they have the really nice air conditioning.
Right. I can't even do that. I got to just pay my electric bill, my higher electric bill. At least I'm one of the fortunate few that does have air conditioning. Swamp coolers or room air conditioning is very popular up here, unless it's a newer home. The older homes, it's all swamp coolers, man. And I got the AC, and it makes a huge difference right now. Huge. Anyways. All right, well, there you go. Don't forget to enter our contest. Bill and Ted Face the Music next week. Mike, you got anything else? Because if not, do your thing. Get us out of here. Tell them about the socials and all that jibber jabber.
No, you make sure you enter the contest. Matt, I like your idea about the tell us about which beer you like, your favorite beer. That's a good one for our next giveaway. And then, hit us up on all the socials, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, all that stuff. Yeah, I guess with that, go out and catch as many movies as you can, and now you can catch them in the theater. But, of course, be careful with the COVID and stuff, but please go back to the theaters. Let's keep them around, people.
Thank you for listening to The Real Film Nerds. Now, don't forget to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Real Film Nerds. Now, go out and catch a movie.
Good morning, Magic 99.1. Who's this?
I heard this is where the party is early in the morning on Monday.
It definitely is where the party is all week long. Matt, how you doing?
I'm okay. How are you this morning?
I'm doing great, Matt. What's going on, buddy?
Are you having a hard time speaking this morning?
No, I'm just always. I always have a hard time speaking.
Are you just so excited because the movie theaters are opening up? Is that what it is?
I'm not as excited as you are, I'm pretty sure.
I'm fairly excited, but me and my co-host have decided we're going to wait until probably next week to to go and hit up the movie theaters so we can actually see some new movies, not old movies.
There you go. That's fair enough. Be sure to wear your mask and, I don't know, head dressing or something.
Head dressing, of course. Gotta keep cool. I gotta keep in disguise because I'm so popular.
Yes.
You know.
Yes. Okay. What are you gonna risk your life to go see? Tell me when it's time to go to the theater.
Well, Marvel has their movie that has been sitting in purgatory for like 3 years. It's called New Mutants.
Oh.
And it's a Foxx Marvel. And it was in production and made and done before Disney even bought Foxx. So that tells you how long it's been sitting there trying to come out.
Yes.
So I kind of want to see that.
Okay.
It's supposed to be Marvel's first foray into like horror movies. So we'll see.
Okay. Very good. I'm excited for you, Matt. What did you see this weekend?
This weekend, I watched a movie that came out on Netflix on August 14th called Project Power.
Project Power.
Yeah, we're discussing this a little bit. It's about a new drug is being tested on residents in New Orleans, and they take this wonderful little pill, and they get superpowers for 5 minutes.
Oh, that's right. You did tell me about this last week. Yeah, and we both decided that we would want to fly if we got our choice, right?
I definitely want to fly, yeah.
Yes.
And that's one thing. It was disappointing. No one flew in this movie.
Nobody flew? What? What did they choose?
They had some really cool powers in it, but nobody flew. So,
Yeah.
oh, well, it happened.
Okay, well, what were some of the really cool powers?
There was a dude that lit on fire. That was pretty neat. That was a really, really good scene. That was some of the best CGI I've seen in a Netflix movie was that scene.
Really?
That was interesting.
He caught himself on fire?
Yeah, well, he takes the pill, and it's kind of like the Human Torch where he just lights on fire.
I love it. Okay, what else?
And then he's invulnerable. One of our main protagonists, Joseph Gordon-Levitt, he plays a police officer who's trying to get this drug off the street.
Yeah.
But they're having a hard time combating the criminals that are invincible and doing all these things. So he decides to start taking the drug too.
Yeah.
And when he takes it, he is bulletproof and has super strength.
Oh my god.
Perfect for a cop.
Yes, for sure. Everyone needs one of those. Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
Definitely.
Very cool. Now, were there any ramifications for taking the pill and having the superpower?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they didn't have any ramifications that I knew of, like, after you took the pill.
Yeah.
But the problem is you had to make the decision to take it because some people, you immediately just blow up.
Oh, so you had to take your chance, huh?
Right. So
Okay.
you're playing with fire if you're even going to make it after taking the pill.
Yeah.
So, and they do show that a couple times.
They did. How was the CGI on that one?
It was good.
Yeah.
It was good. The CGI across the board in this film was actually quite good. I thought it was great. So
Okay, very good. So how many reels are you going to give it?
I give it 3.5. I enjoyed it. I think it's well worth a watch.
Okay.
It's fun. It's different. It's there's a few things here and there towards the end that I'm not a super huge fan of, story stuff.
Right.
But Jamie Foxx did a really good job. Joseph Gordon-Levitt always does a good job. And then the one that shocked me is Dominique Fishback, who plays the teenager in the film, even though she's actually 29, which shocks me.
Wow.
She did a really, really, really good job, and she's mostly known for doing television. This is one of her first movies. I highly recommend it if you have Netflix. Definitely check it out and watch it. It's worth it.
I have Netflix. It's called Project Power. Matt's given it 3.5 out of 5 reels. You guys can catch Matt on his podcast. It's called The Real Film Nerds by a couple
Matt,
of
do you want to hear
real
next
film
week?
nerds. Oh, yeah. You're like, I'm not done yet, lady. Yeah.
I'm not done yet. I mean, I can be if you want. I know you're busy. You're a busy woman.
Well,
you know,
I got to get the songs on, Matt. But no, definitely, I want to hear what you're gonna watch this week.
Well, we're going to suck it up, and we're going to pay $25 to rent a movie.
You are.
Yeah, we're going to rent a movie. We're going to Bill and Ted Face the Music come out on Friday. So we're going to watch Bill and Ted.
$25. Now, for that $25 fee, do you only get to watch it once, or is it as many times in like a week?
24-hour period. You can watch it as much as you want in 24 hours.
Okay, very good. So you'll have a great review for us coming up next week on what station?
Oh, yeah. Magic 99.1.